Joe Brinker, President and Chief Executive Officer of Bethesda Health Group, formally began his healthcare career as an assistant administrator at the old Bethesda General Hospital in 1989. But everyone knows that Joe essentially grew up in healthcare. When home from college, he worked as a lab technician and drove a transport vehicle. At the University of Missouri, he worked at a Columbia hospital while earning his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Master's in Health Administration degrees. Joe prepared for his healthcare contributions. Recognizing Joe's commitment, his talent, and his drive, Bethesda leaders were quick to mentor him, something Joe now does for others. Joe Brinker pays it forward every day. Joe rose through the ranks at Bethesda General to become Chief Executive Officer. Then, in an ironic twist, the Bethesda board asked him to orchestrate the hospital's closure. Joe completed the emotional and challenging task through a strategy that allowed 98% of the hospital employees to be offered jobs in other Bethesda communities and service organizations. Joe values the people who make organizations. With the organizational transition complete, Joe transitioned to a leadership role in Bethesda's long-term care division and dedicated himself to learning the multifaceted senior living and healthcare sector. But it wasn't long before he was thoughtfully investing his time and talent beyond Bethesda, in service of our field by getting involved with Leading Age. The national state organization offered Joe resources, guidance, and opportunities to deliver improvement for Bethesda and our field. Joe served on the Leading Age Missouri board for 6 years, 2 as volunteer chairman. Nationally, Joe served on the Leading Age House of Delegates and is a member of the Leading Age Policy Congress. It's tough to tell who benefited more, Leading Age or Joe. Now Joe champions others who are willing to advance our field through Leading Age service. He accommodates Bethesda employees who volunteer time for committees or leadership, and he supports team members building personal and professional capacity through the prestigious Leading Age Fellowship Program. Joe's support demonstrates both his commitment to improving care for those served by his organization and to developing talented future leaders for our field. In addition, at Bethesda, Joe regularly challenges his team to become experts in long-term care regulation. He promotes compliance processes, and he stresses the importance of measuring quality over time. Joe was instrumental in implementing the first compliance program for long-term care in Missouri. Joe also leads by example as an advocate for seniors. Through his support and the diplomatic use of his bully pulpit, many Bethesda team members aggressively advocate in Jefferson City and Washington, D.C. Joe promoted and supported a contingent of Bethesda residents who traveled to Jefferson City and lobbied legislators to bridge the gap between state Medicaid payments and long-term care provider costs. And Joe supported the effort personally as well, making phone calls, sending emails, and writing an op-ed article that was published in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. For his many contributions and exemplary service to the field of senior living and healthcare, Leading Age Missouri is proud to honor Joe Brinker with the E. Willis Piehl Award.